it's funny because have y'all ever heard of the expression, you're scaring the hoes? Y'all beg for women to get into anime, or y'all beg for a girl that already has been into anime because, if shit was never exclusive to men. So let's get into that. But honestly, the situation goes beyond people questioning Meg's anime validity or whatever the hell. It's simply and purely the fact that men hate women. Y'all keep talking about this fucking male loneliness epidemic, and it's like y'all doing it to y'all fucking selves, being weirdos. This is Megan Thee Stallion on one of her previous Japan trips. The first thing she does, literally when she touched down, goes somewhere with some fucking anime. Like, she loves JoJo. She's gotten multiple anime nail art. She has this stunning Bruno dress on. But for some reason, somehow, we still have men that are eating ramen noodles in their mom's basement, failed SoundClouds, still talking about women aren't into anime or they aren't into anime as they claim. I really want y'all to learn from this and move the fuck on and leave women alone.
Okay, buck 50 moment, because we do need to have this conversation, and I want to make it clear before we get any of that I took her out of context bullshit. Because I always get this, especially from the black nerds in the community. Oh, I took you out of context. The whole video played first before I appeared. So therefore, oh, I took her out of context. Rewind the part. Show me the evidence. Now, let's begin with this. I got to be honest with this. I'm on Meg Thee Stallion's side, but the jury is still out, okay? The jury is still out, and quite frankly, I'll say this. Yes, the way that the anime community is going about it, even and so forth and so on, it's absolutely wrong. However, using the male loneliness epidemic, an epidemic that has been started by women like the Cheesecake Factory girl and shit like that, where basically modern women are just shitting on men and causing them to have crippling depression and increasing male suicide rates, and then using that to bash men in the anime community, I'm sorry, that's a tasteless act. That as like a content creator, like that takes away the whole validity of your argument, because you just went on a tangent just saying men ain't shit it off the jump. Like literally, you could have just sat there and said, you know what, there's no endless way to satisfy y'all in the anime community, because no matter what she does, she's always going to be the villain. That would have just been a stable argument. That would have been a stable argument no matter how you sliced it. But you're just using it as a way to bash men. And it's funny. There's another black content creator by the name of Rob So Petty, and there was a woman he was dealing with. I forgot her name, but I'm gonna have the pictures of their accounts up and about on there, okay? And literally, this woman was shitting on the whole cast and crew of RDC World 1 because I guess last year's DreamCon was a little bit shitty because, they weren't expecting 20,000 people to show up at their event, okay? And then she had to go, and then she went out of her way to say this is why if women were in charge of the organization and all that, there wouldn't have been an issue like this and all that. And then it's literally just saying like, okay, they've only been at this for 2 years, and they went from 6,000 people the first year to 20K. That's triple the numbers than the first time. Like, give them some time to figure it out. And instead, what does she do? She doubles down on it. And then eventually, he responds to it, saying, now look, we can't sit there and say that they're absolutely shit on it. But most importantly, that just means that look how many people came to support them. But most important, but going out of your way to just bash them for it because they literally weren't fully prepared to have triple the numbers from the last time, that's a little insane. Now, let's look at your argument. Yes, Meg Thee Stallion does not deserve to get any form of hate any way whatsoever. However, we have to put it into an argument such as this, into this format specifically. Number one, she's a celebrity, okay? Now, what is it that celebrities have? They have stylists, they have agents, and they have social media managers. Who's to say she's not hiring people that are into anime and all that to fulfill the criterion needed for her to prove that she's an anime fan? Like, really, anyone could do it. Ryan Reynolds could say and do that. You want to know who I don't believe is an anime fan? Usher. Like, think about it. That nigga been in his 20s since the time, like, the early 2000s were up and about. He was coming up and being popular and shit. He could have mentioned he was into Dragon Ball Z or Trigun or Cowboy Bebop or any of that shiz. But then when the Super Bowl that just recently passed came up, who was he cosplaying as? Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen. You're telling me he just barely got into it? Like, come on. Like, you can't. But I guarantee you, though, if I say that, every woman that basically got their panties wet for Usher will come fucking defending it. Nigga, it's real shit. Like, game recognized game. But let's look at it from Meg's perspective. The reason I'm on her side so far, but I still believe the jury's still out, is just evidence piece number one right there, what I mentioned. She could have people doing all this shit. However, when she came out of a snake, just like Orochimaru in one of her music videos, and she'd be referencing that shit almost in every single one of her rap songs, I don't know. I think it's actually pretty valid. I mean, that she's an anime fan. There's no denying that. Notice how I'm doing this as a professional way. I'm not doing this to attack you in any way, shape, or form, Senpai Sierra. I want to make that very clear. But I do want to go out the way and say that it shouldn't be a men versus women type thing. That's the point of this video. This is a $150 moment that we really got to come across, because black people in the community really got to stop trying to find ways to do it. But black women are notorious for shitting on black men in almost every single environment. Man, I'm sorry, but I could go to a Comic-Con right now, and you know how many black women will try to shit on me for dressing up as Spider-Man, even though they all dressed up as Spider-Gwen and shiz? Or there'll be some OnlyFans hoes wearing like G-strings and shit, but they're Spider-Woman theme and shit and all that, but they'll shit on me and call me a man-child. Like, and that's another key thing we need to discuss. As a woman, you should automatically know that other bitches is gonna lie. I know this because I was taught to it. I had a homegirl that I knew from my middle school and high school years, and she told me, no, let's be realistic. Yeah, there are some fake women in the anime community. Bitches is gonna lie regardless. Think about it. God gave us eyebrows. We trim them shits off and draw fake ones. God gave us hair. We're gonna shave that shit 6 different ways till Sunday, fuck it up, and then still wear a wig and then say it's all ours and all natural. God gave us a face. We're gonna put some caked up makeup on that shit. Yeah. That's just the way it goes. But those are just some examples that she told me. But when I really heard that shit, I thought to myself, damn, you can't even argue that logic because it's so sound and steady. Am I saying that every woman in the anime community fits this criterion? No. But however, I've met plenty of women in the community, both black and non-black, that have sat there and said, no, most of us women are fake fans, because let's just be realistic. There shouldn't be no shit talking on the men in any way, shape, or form, or anybody for that matter. Point blank period. Yet in the same breath, we'll still do it. We women, we natural born agents of chaos. So sit there and say, hey, that we don't do that shit is a bunch of bullshit, because let's be realistic, it's an unspoken rule. But then here's number 2. Look at Michael B. Jordan. A lot of people were questioning him about being an anime fan and being a nerd until what? That news reporter that was basically bragging about bullying him in high school and shit. And then he literally sat there. You could see the look on his facial expressions and everything. That look on his face said, bitch, I don't fuck with you after what the hell you did to me. Go fuck yourself. But then on top of that, that same news reporter who got shitted on national television for that kind of behavior by Michael B. Jordan himself went on a podcast, openly admitted it, and then still tried to shit talk him. And no one was on her side. Barely anybody was on her side, because everybody was just sitting there like, oh, so that shit is real. That's proof right there. That's proof right there that Michael B. Jordan was a nerd, okay? Now, am I saying that someone has to come talk to Meg Thee Stallion in that kind of format and in a negative way? No, but I just find it weird how someone from like her middle school or high school years has yet to come hit up on social media and say in a positive format, Matt, you know what? I love how she grew up to be like this nerdy girl who was in like the anime club and all that and like she just grew up to be a celebrity and all that. Don't you think it's kind of weird? Like, that's evidence number 2 right there, but that's pretty damning right there. Evidence pieces 1 and 2 that I provided thus far are pretty damning to the last letter. And then number 3, this is how she could really prove that she's an anime fan, but also a third evidence piece right here. She's chosen like the most basic cosplays that everybody kind of goes for. Come on. Female Bruno Bucciarati, female Satoru Gojo, female Todoroki from My Hero Academia. You know, the basic gender bin cosplays and all that everybody gets off of Amazon off rip. Again, who's to say she didn't hire somebody to come pay that shit for and then it's like, you know, get the photo shoot cracking like that. Again, I'm still on her side, but the jury's still out. I'm not just going to be like, oh, 10 toes down just like that. Because again, like a lot of women lie, especially female rappers. Come on now. Like, come on. Look at Cardi B. Y'all be teeter-tottering left and right trying to be on her side because she just basically do the damn shit herself. It's a miracle Offset still making it work. But that's another topic for another Tuesday. Okay? But here's the kicker. This could nip 2 birds with 1 stone. Really 10 birds with 1 stone. Ask her what her opinion is on fake anime fans. Specifically fake female anime fans. Because again, I've met black and non-black women in the anime community who sat there and said, no, let's be realistic. The fake anime fans are mostly in the women because guess what? What? We'll lie just to fit in. Think about it. I don't hang out with girls because they're too much drama. Every other girl in the room, me too. Yeah, no, same. Hey, you notice how ass backwards that logic is? It's just some food for thought. Let's think about it from this perspective right quick. And again, my goal is to not shit on you, but it's like I gotta call it out. The way you just sat there and went on a tangent to just like bash men in not just in the anime community, but in general, make it a whole men versus women thing. That whole thing's got to stop because like it's not. It goes past what you just said. I've now just taken like all the professionalism and respect that you had in your and the validity of your argument completely out of context now because okay, how did it go from this, that, and the third? Because come on, male suicide rates are men's fault, and it's because y'all keep shitting on Meg Thee Stallion. That's literally the Spark Notes version of what you just said. And again, I don't want to see no distracting arguments like, oh, men do it too, X, Y, and Z. I ain't saying it like men are just 5-star perfect. But let me know y'all thoughts in the comments.